Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Crypto Insider channel. It's December 29th, 2019. We're coming at you from the wild and wonderful city of Austin, Texas at the Crypto Insider compound. And we appreciate everybody tuning in for today's news. I always say tuning in, but no one actually tunes, right? We're on the internet. Tune. If you're a millennial, I don't. I'd have to spend a whole video explaining what tuning in means. We thank you for your likes and subscribes. We got 14 over the last night. We appreciate each one that we get. And per our policy here, we make a donation to @GoodXRP, which is a charity aggregator. The money that we or the XRP that we send there, it all gets split between a bunch of charities, from Help for Veterans, Dog Rescues, St. Jude's. There's a whole bunch of them, and you can see we donated our 14 for our 14 subscribers. It's generally one for one, but sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more, depending. So anyway, if you could like and subscribe, you can donate to charity without doing anything other than clicking on subscribe. And this is all a promotion that we're running to try to get our channel more popular, to show up in the search results more. And if it ever does make it to the point where our channel's monetized, we'll probably donate any of that money as well. But we're just trying to get noticed and get out there, because we think that our insight is just as good as anyone else's in the space. So today we're going to talk about XRP price and an XRP price prediction that was made. We're going to talk about a Bitcoin buying opportunity that some folks think we're in. I'd happen to agree with that, but it's important. I know it's not XRP, but as goes Bitcoin, so goes XRP. We're going to talk about the CryptoCurrency Act, and will Donald Trump sign the CryptoCurrency Act? Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says only 1% of crypto alts will survive. But before we dive into it all, I'd like to remind everybody that I am not a certified financial planner, a registered investment advisor, and I am not a tax accountant. Do not listen to me, and make your own decisions, reap your own rewards, or suffer your own consequences. This is one tool of many to help you make financial decisions, or to get you to at least spur you to research other options as well. So take it for what it is. I'm just a guy on YouTube. So with that said, let's get into it. All right, let's look at the Ripple price right now. The XRP price. It looks like we're up 2.28% for the week, 1% for 24 hours. That's good news. We're seeing more of these overboughts and more green than red on the charts, or on the graph. What is this? This is a table, I guess, at coinalyze.net, but it's the one I like to use. So 0.19567. As of a few days ago, we were having trouble with that 19-cent resistance. We were just under, or we'd float above, flirt with it, and come back down. It looks like, I'm not saying we can't go back under, but for the past 2 days, anyways, we have been over that line. So hopefully we're creeping up there, and we're about to see some major movement. And at least one chart analyst thinks that we will see some major movement. This comes from newslogical.com by Khalid Lawal. Analyst predicts XRP is due for a replica of 2017 Bull Run. Let's hope so. Ripple's forecast that cryptocurrency will get massive adoption by New Year was greeted with a gesture and euphoria from the crypto community. As an addition, crypto traders are saying adoption will not just happen, but that cryptocurrencies like XRP are now around the bottom low, and the bullish rally will likely happen by 2020. Many analysts have predicted that the bulls are imminent for XRP come 2020, and some are backing their optimistic forecast with the assertion that the XRP fractal at present is very similar to that of 2015, 2016, which pushed later into the big spike that happened in 2017 and 2018. Then they go on to show an infographic of this. And they show the different, you can compare the geometric patterns, shapes. That looks like we're at the bottom, or rounding the bottom of the down descending resistance that we've been seeing for a long time. I tend to agree with this. I watched some other analysts as well. I watched DIY Investing as a great channel on YouTube. And I was watching his video on the Fibonacci sequences, which I'm not going to get into the Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratios and all that right now. If you want to look up DIY investing for some more in-depth technical analysis, if that's your thing, he's a good one for it. But he was saying that at each Fibonacci hop, we tend to be at a low, and we're just at the 21. So Fibonacci sequences would go from like 5, 8, 13, 21, and each percentage of dominance in the Bitcoin market, XRP is at a low at those percentages. But he thinks we're rounding the floor here on XRP, and that we could see an increase as well. He's pretty bullish on it, so it's a good channel to check out. While considering the pattern in 2017, XRP Wizard claimed the cryptocurrency is already at the bottom and will not go below 18 cents. The analyst added that we've been buying at the bottom, hence reversal like that of 2017 is more likely. This other analyst, XRP Canada, says XRP price to reach 114 or 431 if history repeats itself. Analyst. Now, these predictions, the crypto world is littered with people that have made predictions. Yesterday we covered fake Satoshi, who said that XRP is never going to get past 10,000 or 20,000 or whatever. And then we have other guys saying that it's supposed to be $1 million by the end of this year, meaning we have, 2 days left for Bitcoin to hit the $1 million mark. The problem is technical analysis and chart analysis is a possibility, not a probability. And while a lot of these analysts are well-intentioned, anything can happen to move something from technical analysis, from regulations to scandal to hacks. Things can affect the price of these coins, much like things can affect the price of stock. Remember when the Enron scandal came out and the stock plummeted? That's it. A lot of different factors can affect a lot of things. The analyst cited that XRP spiked by 77,000% in 2017, moving from 0.004 to 3.53. Man, how great would it be to have picked some XRP up at 0.004? I did not. I mean, I was looking for it at the time, but it was not on the exchanges, and I didn't want to figure out how to hop from buy Bitcoin, hop to this exchange, do this with it. It was not easy to obtain at the time. XRP Canada posited that if the cryptocurrency repeats the same again, garnered in 2017, it will rise from 0.147 to $114. He said if the standard FIB retrace from 2015 is to be considered in making a forecast, the 127.618 level was in parallel to XRP all-time high. Hence, a replica would make XRP spike to $431 in 2021 if the bulls take over the bears completely. Let's hope so. I know a lot of us would love that. We would love it here at the Crypto Insider channel. But I think 431 is overly bullish. But, I've been in the crypto market for a long time. And, I can remember thinking, wow, Ethereum's hit $230. I'm going to sell some now because I bought it at $7. I remember selling some at $7 that I bought at $4. It's just you never know where the top's going to be or the bottom's going to be. So and we're at a point right now, in my opinion, where the price is so low, it's made everyone into a hodler. You have to be a hodler, or you're gonna lose money, and the price has gotten so low that we're either gonna lose it all, or we're gonna wait for a bullish retrend. So you may as well wait. Um, the thing we'd hate to see someone do the most at the Crypto Insider channel is to dump all their bags and then have a reversal. We get no joy of saying ha 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 at those people. Thanks for selling us your fear. I don't want that for anybody. I think that'd be an awful feeling. So even if you had to sell some for whatever emergency or other reason, I would say try to hold on to what you have, or hold on to some of it at least. I know a lot of people are uh, down on XRP, even ones that used to support XRP, just because it's been so long since we saw any kind of really appreciable run. But this is the way the crypto market goes. We're not, especially some of the newer comers that didn't get to experience the bull run in 2017, and they're just waiting for it to happen again. Hats off to those people, because it's scary to see the news, and scarier to see how the news doesn't always reflect what's happening with the price, right? I mean, we've got a lot of good news around Ripple and XRP, but it doesn't seem to always affect the price, and that's largely because of Bitcoin dominance. So let's move on here. We'll just touch on this one briefly. This is an article at AMB Crypto. Bitcoin's Fear and Greed Index suggests Bitcoin buying opportunity, and that's good news too. If you're a Bitcoinist, if you want to diversify, so many people are predicting that Bitcoin is going to go higher than lower. If you are looking to pick up some Bitcoin, AMB Crypto is just saying that the opportunity may be there for you. The next story comes from LeapRate.com, and Mariella Nadanova. The U.S. Congress introduces the CryptoCurrency Act of 2020. Will Donald Trump sign it? This is important because, the very moral and wonderful and fiscally responsible people that we send to Washington, D.C. To make our most important decisions, these wonderful saints and people that are great stewards of our money, they need to make sure that you, the filthy, unwashed tax cattle, are not doing something illegal, or otherwise skirting some of their tax collections, because that's what keeps them in Bentleys. So U.S. But my point for covering it here, and I'm not going to do it in depth because, God, to read the Cryptocurrency Act of 2020 into your ear would just be painful. But I do think Donald Trump will sign it. The bill was introduced by Republican Congressman representing the state of Arizona, Mr. Paul Gosar. The bill has divided cryptocurrencies in three major branches: securities, cryptocurrencies, and crypto commodities. While the draft of the bill states that as for each of the three categories, there must be a federal crypto regulator that will bring updates and announcements to the general public on licenses and required registrations. So, more ways for them to get their hand into the pie, because, the powers that be can't leave well enough alone. Because somebody might do something illegal with some cryptocurrency as opposed to cash, which in the USA, cash is used for so much illegal stuff. Way more than cryptocurrency could even aspire to. But they're going to try to put some regulations around cryptocurrency, and a lot of people think this is good news, and it is in the investing sense. I can agree with that. If you're if you have a more libertarian perspective and you want to be able to transact in something that you want everybody to have their hands off of, except you and the destination, this is not so so great. But for the speculative price market, it brings clarity around what the assets are, how they can be held, how they can be custodied, how they can be transferred overseas. Um, that's certainly going to help, and it's certainly going to help institutions decide whether they want to get into the cryptocurrency market or not. And to see these prices that this analyst is predicting, these 431s and 128s, and that we need outside money, we need the market caps to expand, we need people to be buying, we need those institutional investors for any chance of the price getting to that point. That's my opinion. Again, not a financial advisor. Another thing that could help price. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. I saw this weird video where he was talking to somebody from Ripple or the Ripple drop in a Santa hat or whatever, and they had David Schwartz and Ethan Beard, I think, was on it. But Brad reinforced his opinion that 99% of all digital coins will go to zero. That means there'll be 30 cryptocurrencies left. Right now there's about 3,000. So he thinks the ones without utility or the ones that don't solve a problem are going to go. And that's probably true. I mean, everybody wants to make their own cryptocurrency. They see how rich some of the founders are or some of the early adopters are in these other ones, and they think, well, we'll make this coin and see if we can't get rich too. That's going to happen less and less. Your cryptocurrency's got to solve a problem, and I would say even more than that. It's got to solve a problem easily. If you look at a coin like Orchid, which does solve a problem and has a use, it still has a very good chance of failing, in my opinion, because it's not easy to use. If you download the Orchid app, and if you don't know, Orchid is a cryptocurrency that lets you purchase bandwidth from internet service providers that you can you can use as a VPN to encrypt your communications. And so if you buy bandwidth from 9 different providers on an encrypted line and a little bit hops through each different ISP of your communication, it makes it very hard to track, and it's a very good steward of your personal information. But you don't even have to enter in any personal information, I don't think, to use it. So that sounds great. And if I put that on the table or give it or work it into a nice shiny elevator pitch for someone, I could see why they would invest in it. But when you look at the realities of the coin, you have to download the Orchid app. Not a problem. People are used to downloading app. But then you need to buy the Orchid token. Okay, well, yeah, that's... And then you got to buy some Ethereum to power the transaction. And I think when you're competing with other big companies like Norton and McAfee, I don't even know who's making the big VPNs out there now, but when you're competing with those people, your product has to be as easy and as seamless as possible. You can't buy some of this currency and some of that currency, and if it's the third Tuesday of the month, then buy some of this. You can't be doing that to solve your problem. Ripple or XRP is seamless in its ODL, meaning nobody walks into a MoneyGram office and says, hey, I would like to use the ODL corridor from here to Mexico to transfer my $100 to my family in Mexico. They don't do that. They just go in. MoneyGram has the solution. They use it. Those people don't know the difference between SWIFT, between ODL, between anything else. All they know is their money gets there, and it gets there quickly. That's going to be important too. So I think I would go further than Brad and say not only does it have to solve a problem, it has to solve a problem easily. But that's it. Thanks for listening to the channel. Today's video. We appreciate all our subscribers. Again, feel free to retweet us. Feel free to use whatever we have to say, or start a discussion in the comments. We love to talk about XRP, and we love our commenters. Free Dennis. We appreciate all your comments on our videos. And Sammy Money, good morning. I'll just say it now. Uh, he puts he or she, I guess Sammy could be a girl, says good morning on almost every video, and it always makes me smile. So thanks for listening. And we'll be back at you soon, most likely tomorrow. We try to do it every day. We don't always manage, but we try. So see you later.